Hello my friends, and welcome back to the rabbit hole, and welcome to our final skincare empties of 2023. If you are stumbling upon this video, everything is explained in the description box below. We have different categories that we are going to be going over, and this is about 2 months of empties, but it never makes sense. Please don't go into this video expecting to get an idea of my skincare routine. This is a video about skincare products I've finished. It's strange. Every time, it's a little strange. But I think most of you know the deal here, so we are just gonna go ahead and get into it, starting with the category of cleansers. Look at how many cleansers I finished. If you know this channel, this is pretty rare for me, but I think it's because I finished some of my favorites. These two right here. Let's go over everything. The Good Molecules Instant Cleansing Balm. I just had a travel size of that. I did travel with it. It didn't travel too well in terms of the label itself, but it is a good one for traveling because it doesn't have that extremely melty texture to it. It's a little bit more of a firm cleansing balm. Some of them melt a bit too much in travel, so I liked it, but I've switched over to the Hamish. The Skin 1004 Madagascar Centella Light Cleansing Oil. Absolutely loved that. Did a sponsorship with them a while back. Now, the reason I love this one so much is that the company says you do not have to double cleanse with this. If you want, you can just use it as a one-step makeup removing cleanser. But I have a bit of an update for you, and I really owe this to one of you. I feel like such a jerk every time I forget who it is that commented life-changing advice for me. But one of you said, have you tried using other cleansing oils as this one-step option? And now I've tried that, and you know what? This is not the only cleansing oil, for me at least, that I can use in a one-step cleansing routine. Please remember, you are watching somebody's empties who has dry skin. I don't know if this is going to work for everyone. It very much may not work for oily to normal skin types, but for me, double cleansing 7 nights a week is too much. And yet I wear makeup, so this works. This works. Not just this product, but any good cleansing oil that contains surfactants and overall feels more light. That's the recipe. So I'll update you on which products have worked for me in a one-step system. The Lagome Cell Up Gel to Water Cleanser, that was in my favorites. Absolutely love it. I'm gonna try to go without. Hopefully that prequel cleanser ends up fulfilling the same needs as this, because that is something I very much believe. I believe that you don't necessarily have to buy one product for life. I believe there are multiple options based on our preferences, and therefore you can buy, whichever product has the best price. And this brand is a little expensive. I like them, but they are a little bit of a more expensive brand. Alpenbeauty Creamy Bubbling Cleanser with fruit enzymes and AHAs. I really enjoyed that product as well. It feels great on my dry skin type, not too intense with the AHAs. I feel like it's been a while since I talked about this brand. I do plan to purchase their most recent peptide moisturizer. I want to see how it's the Cloudberry moisturizer. That is on my wish list right now. Our next category is the biggest category in this particular empties, toner and essence. Ooh, I finished 6 full sizes. Now, if you are just tuning into this channel, I want to let you know I make my own sheet masks out of toners. I will link you a video about how I do it. And these 3 right here are specifically my DIY sheet mask toners. Everything serves a bit of a different purpose, so let's go over this. Let me think about what was gifted to me here. That would be the Make Prim Inteca Soothing Pad. Actually, can we get that out of the way? I've noticed there's a big shift in the way people are using toner. I've noticed these toner pads are really picking up in popularity, and personally, I don't really get it, sorry. Because you can buy the toner pads separately, and then you have the ability to use any toner that you want. soak them in the toner pads, and you can use them that way if you want to, or you could make your own sheet masks, or you could put it in a spray bottle, or you could just apply it to your skin. I like the flexibility of a toner that just comes in a bottle so I can figure out how I want to use it. But I don't know, maybe that's just me. I liked these, I wouldn't repurchase them, and I don't see the same appeal in toner pads that it seems TikTok in particular currently does. The Peach Slices Snail Rescue, that one is kind of more of an essence in my opinion, in spite of its name. It's a little bit of a thicker consistency, more viscous, so I do like to apply that one with my hands, and that one, in spite of being only 4 fluid ounces, the smallest here, that lasted a very long time because it's a thicker product. These are all watery, so they worked well for making my own sheet masks, which I love to do to really get a good feel for the product, and because I love what sheet masking daily does for my skin. I just don't like the waste involved with buying sheet masks, not to mention the money spent. There's something else I want to talk about in this category while we're here, and that is in particular these 2 products. The Indie Lee Coenzyme Q10 Toner and the Misha Time Revolution Artemisia Treatment Essence. Both of these are products that I liked to use before doing my LED therapy. And because this question came up on my most recent LED video, a lot of people were asking, oh, do you use green tea before red light therapy? I've heard that that is a good combination. No, not anymore. Let me explain why. You all know I work in research, in nutritional research, right? So when I first heard about the red light and green tea study, I went and read it. And I personally am so perplexed at how that study took off to the level that it did, because in my opinion, that study is not different than if I was to take my videos, and take them to an academic journal and publish them. Let me explain. So Dr. Andre P. Sommer is the author of the study, the one study that is quoted all the time by companies that sell green tea products to pair with red light therapy. This is a pilot study. As somebody that works in research, a pilot study is when you don't quite have the resources to test a hypothesis, so you do it on a small scale. You have a small sample size. You might say, oh, we're going to take 15 people and test this theory. Dr. Sommer worked with one other person on this study, and I kid you not, citations below, the study itself says, and I quote, one of us. It is a study on one of their faces, one of their eye areas. That is the basis for why people are using green tea. Don't get me wrong, there's a good theory behind it. They are saying that green tea is rich in antioxidants, which is correct. And there's a bit of a concern with red light therapy. While you have all these benefits, it may possibly contribute to the generation of free radicals. So get the best of both worlds, use the green tea plus red light therapy. Side note, this idea came from research on C. elegans, because of course it did. My fellow scientists know everything is based off research on C. elegans. Wait, one more thing. Have you all seen those dreadful TikToks about how to be elegant? Ugh, barf. Some of the worst content I've ever seen. We scientists, we need to come up with how to be C. elegans. My friends, the jokes write themselves. C. elegans are 99.5% self-fertile females. This has been handed to us on a silver platter. My point is, when I hear people arguing for green tea before red light therapy, I just want people to know that the theory is antioxidants. We don't have research comparing other antioxidants. And you're watching a skincare channel, I know you know that antioxidants are everywhere in our skincare products. And personally, I really like coenzyme Q10. I think that is a very underrated antioxidant ingredient. So true story, the Indie Lee CoQ10 toner is my favorite product to use before red light therapy. I am a genius who knew not to buy it until it went 50% off at Ulta, and mark your calendars, January 8th during the Love Your Skin event. We will have videos coming up on that. Of course, I wouldn't let you down. Anyway, my point of this whole conversation is this is the reason it's important to go and read the primary literature so that you don't base your routine off of genuinely one person's theory and one person's face. I kid you not. It would be no different than if I was to put in an academic journal, one of us put 20 e-century products on our face and this was her favorite. More research is needed to determine whether green tea is the best antioxidant choice or whether there's a whole world of antioxidants that you could pair with red light therapy. Okay, I feel like this has been a very different conversation than about these toners. So real quickly, favorite for pairing with red light, probably because I have a dry skin type, I wouldn't see the same benefits that green tea offers as somebody who has more oily to normal skin. Liked these, but don't like the system, so won't purchase that again. Like this, but like the Jumiso Peptide and Snail more. Anua's Heart Leaf, I love this one. I don't know what it is about it, but it seems to be a very soothing product for me. CeraVe's Hydrating Toner, I liked that so much more than I thought I would. It's rare to see ceramide ingredients in a toning step, but it was a wonderful product. Still not going to repurchase it because there's other products I want to try, and that is the same description I would give to the Misha Time Revolution. Artemisia Treatment Essence, again, I enjoyed that before my red light therapy, but I want to see what else is out there. Moving on to serums, and I swear I don't know what happened here. I promise you, I use a lot more than just peptide serums. Like I said though, my empties are always unusual. So anyway, this is all peptide serums, which admittedly, I do enjoy. It's just also not all I use, I swear. The Peach and Lily Copper Peptide Serum, absolutely loved that one. Wait, speaking of researchers, hold on. In my Copper Peptides video, did any of you actually watch the interview with Dr. Picard? If not, you should. You should watch it. It is, it's something. You know what's interesting though? Both Dr. Andre P. Summer as well as Dr. Picard, both of them are not skincare researchers. Both of them are trying to cure cancer, which is truly a wonderful goal, but it's always so interesting when it feels like they're on a side quest with the copper peptides from Dr. Picard, with the green tea from Dr. Summer, and then the ordinary matrixyl and argireline. Okay, I like this combination. You can use the matrixyl all over your entire face and then argireline on your forehead. I really don't understand why anyone would use argireline anywhere else. I don't see the point of it. You may get some hydration, but I would personally say just use it on your forehead. That's where we have that theory of how it's the Botox in a bottle, which I absolutely hate that phrase, but that's where the theory comes from. Anyway, I'm not going to buy matrixyl again because I just personally really like multi-peptide serum that much more. I did buy another bottle of argireline though. I want to see if I can get more results from using the multi-peptide serum all over my face and a little extra boost of argireline on my forehead. I will update you all. We'll see how that goes. Moving along to moisturizers. These are much more of moisturizers for a dry skin type, by the way. If not winter moisturizers, I actually did it. For once, this does make sense. Good Light, Order of the Eclipse Hyaluronic Cream. Oh, that is such a nice, hefty moisturizer. That replaced the, what's the one from e.l.f. I used to love? This is just the next level, and it's cute. Look at the little moon phases. You can get some great deals on that brand on the Ulta website as well. It works with the coupons that Ulta sends out, the non-prestige coupons. Neogen V-Biome Firming Cream. I loved that. I absolutely loved that moisturizer. Talked about it in a recent speed reviews. I have been looking to repurchase this and kind of struggling. And get this, I found it on Skin Store. Yes, on Skin Store. It's currently 50% off plus 10%, some kind of deal that they're doing. So if you would like to try that, that is where you can get it. In the meantime, I didn't repurchase it myself. I bought the, hold on, This one, based on multiple recommendations, the High R Exosome Cream from Neogen. That's the next one I'll be trying. That's in a tube instead. My Chogongjin Yungen Jean Cream. This is one of few products I realized I could not go without, so I immediately repurchased that. And then the Suisu Overnight Vitalizing Mask. I love that. It lasts forever. I bought that last summer, not this past summer, but last summer in the Amazon Prime sale. It's so funny. Suisu is typically a pretty expensive brand, but this is actually, if you break it down to price per ounce, it's basically an affordable moisturizer. For me, as a dry skin type, I've been using these during the day and these at night. I think if you have a more oily to normal skin type, these would all be night creams for you. But frankly, all of them are very nourishing, incredibly moisturizing. That's why they're in my empties, because that's what I need. Next category is eye and lip, the Origins Ginseng. Yes, I also cannot believe, first of all, I finished an eye cream. That's a monumental task. And secondly, it's a product from Origins that I not only finished, I included in my absolute favorite eye creams. I know, but I love it. I really love it. I love that it comes in multiple shades. I feel like it actually does brighten my under eye both immediately and over time, which makes sense because it is tinted. And look at all the lip products I finished. So let's go over these. The Beauty Bio, the Pout, did not like it. Did not like it, way too goopy, and also has that tingling sensation from peppermint. I just don't need that. I personally like peptide-based lip products. So the Grande Pout is actually my favorite plumping product. There's no stinging. It's using a peptide base, and as you saw from my serum section, I do like peptides. So that is still my holy grail lip product. And I believe this was gifted to me, the Kopari lip glossy. This is one of the tinted ones. Personally, I love those. Those are some of my favorite lip products, but I prefer the non-tinted versions. So I caught a few of those in some Black Friday deals. So for me personally, I'm back to using the non-tinted version of these, but this one, to its credit, it's not an intense tint. That was my problem with the original tints that Kopari had released. It was a little bit too much color and too emollient of a formula. Moving on to sunscreens. Okay, listen. I know I have an unpopular opinion here. The Beauty of Joseon Ginseng Moist Sun Serum. I was such a skeptic on buying that in the first place. You all remember the drama that happened when they announced that sunscreen. It took me months to buy it, and lo and behold, it is one of my absolute favorite sunscreens. But let me tell you why. This is so important to understand how I ended up with an unpopular opinion. I don't love this as a sunscreen on its own, no. It's a little too moist in its appearance. The reason I love it is because it makes such a good primer. I have spent so much money on high-end primers that feel the exact same as this does, except it's also a sunscreen, a very high-quality SPF 50+, PA4+ sunscreen. I love this sunscreen so much. I'm so sorry. I know some of you are not interested in trying it because it does contain both alcohol and fragrance. I know. But this has become a holy grail to me, again, because it's the perfect primer. Finished another Skin 1004 Madagascar Centella Hyaluronic Water Fit Sun Serum. No longer my favorite. No longer my favorite. Will probably not repurchase this. I think this was also PR. I have received so many of those. Really liked it for a while, even worked with the brand on a video, but it's not my favorite anymore. I really love the new formula. I talk all about that in my best sunscreens of 2023, which I will still have part 2 coming, but I'm still making some decisions. It's difficult now for me to do the mineral sunscreen section, which brings us to the Hero Force Shield. We've dropped down to SPF 30 with this one. It is a mineral Western formula, and I didn't quite finish this. There's a little bit left in here, but it expires 12/27/2023, which, you know, close enough. It is very hard for me to use mineral sunscreens after discovering how good these Korean formulas are. I love the new filters. I love them dearly. It's hard to use mineral sunscreens now. And hold on, another unpopular opinion here. So SPF 30, let's talk this out. I've said I prefer SPF 50 at this point, and that is simply because when these Korean companies do it, These are much more elegant formulas than this SPF 30 mineral product. I think I'm accidentally reinforcing that you have to use SPF 50, and I don't believe that. SPF 30 can work for a lot of people, depending on your needs, depending on how much you're outside. If you are just commuting to work, walking a few steps in, you are probably fine with SPF 30. If you have a job where you are in the sun all day, make sure to reapply every 2 hours. Choose SPF 50. Probably choose a water-resistant sunscreen, in fact. This is all to say, all of these are good options depending on what you're going for. It's just simply, as I was describing with this, I have found a match for my preferences. And what do our favorite YouTube dermatologists always say? The best sunscreen is the one you will wear. And our final category is masks and other, and as I've said, I only used one sheet mask because I was busy making my own. I did use the SK2 facial treatment mask, and while it's nice, it's just a little bit too expensive for me to commit to. I love SK2, but I love the the first treatment essence. Wait, facial treatment essence? I love the FTE. I love the FTE. I think that is the product that I would recommend from that brand. I also used quite a few acne patches, had a pretty bad breakout earlier in this month, and the Acropass Trouble Cure. These are your patches that have some dissolving microneedles in them. I love those. I think they're great for those early stage breakouts. I don't think you necessarily need to buy Zit Sticka. These were incredibly affordable. I bought those through Style Korean. Here are some more patches I bought. I talk a lot about these two right here, the Elizavecca Blemish Spot Patch and the Petite Face Centella Clearing Spot Patch. I like them both. These are thick, these are thin. The TM Surprise Bee Patch, I don't really actually see anything special about those. I heard they turn yellow, but they didn't for me. I don't know if I heard wrong, perhaps. And the New Face Hydrating Aqua Gel, I don't like that. I plowed right through it. My favorite gel, by far, is the Zip Gel, which I just made a community post about. That is 40% off on, what website? CoSpar. New Face, I don't know why that is the gel they make. I get frustrated with it every time I use it because it dries so fast. They actually had to build into the app for the newest New Face pauses so you can reapply. So you plow through this. You plow through this gel. And then the Bolden Awake Under Eye Patch. They sent me another box of these, and oh my gosh, I forgot how much I love these. Niacinamide alpha-arbutin tranexamic acid. It is a great formula for brightening under your eyes. It is the sticky type of patch. Those are amazing. I traveled with those. Made a little short of my travel routine. It worked out so well for me. And my friends, that brings us to the end of another Skincare Empties video. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I will link my favorites in the description box as well if you would like to check those out, affiliated when possible. And that's it. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you all next time.